I guess another unwanted episode. During the last episode, when I did my major service, when one was replacing the head valve cover gasket, he noticed that on the camshaft, the sprocket, a few teeth were missing. This is a big issue because the timing chain attached to it, alright, there's a huge chance it might slip from its position, causing the valves and the piston to be out of sync, and they might collide, causing piston damage. And number two is that the timing chain might fly around the engine compartment, causing damage. In short, a potential engine replacement. For a timing chain, as per Mercedes manual guide, there are no replacement intervals like a timing belt because it is assumed to last a lifetime, but it doesn't. People only tend to do replacements when there is a sign of failure because it is a huge job. You need to replace two of the camshaft, which costs a bomb, the timing chain tensioner, and few other small parts. This issue is most common for M271 and M272 engines, and here are the models that share the same engine platform. Number 1, W209 CLK200. Number 2, W203 C180 C200 C230. Number 3, W204 C180 C200 and C250. And number 4, W211, the E-Class E200. So the question that you want to ask is, what are the early signs that your timing chain and camshafts are due for replacements? For a CGI engine, it's quite easy to notice. During your cold start, you will hear a rattling sound for a few seconds. But for a compressor engine, unfortunately, you won't be able to foresee any signs because during cold start, this is what you normally hear. So the best solution, I guess, is for every service interval, it's best if you ask your mechanic to open the head valve cover and see whether your timing chain is okay, your camshaft's okay, the sprockets are fine, the teeth is all in good condition, and if there's any signs of worn out, he will let you know and you'll be able to get ready for it. According to Mercedes users, it is best to check this when your car have reached the 150,000 kilometer mark. But then there's the issue. If you have bought the car at a used car dealer, or the previous owner have bought the car at the used car dealer, because let's face the facts that 99% of the chance that the mileage has been tampered. So if the car's mileage is 120,000, they will tamper it to 80. So when it's really 120, it's actually 160. That's the thing. So it is best that every time you do your major service or your normal service, you open up the head valve cover and see whether all those items I mentioned are in perfect condition. For me, I'm so lucky that nothing catastrophic happened. Can you imagine 5 teeth from the sprocket has been missing? It shows that it has degenerated for quite some time. At the time it happened, my mileage was 178,000 kilometers. I should have checked it when it reached 150,000 kilometers, but I didn't. So do not do this, please. There are two ways you can go about fixing this issue. Number one is the more economical way, where you buy your own parts. You can decide which part that needs to be original, which part you can buy OEM. Get a mechanic to do the job for you, pay them around 900 to 1,000 ringgit and get it sorted. Or number two, you can go to a mechanic that normally does this job. There might be a little bit of a waiting list and the price might be slightly higher, but you have a certain warranty to it. So for this job, I decided to go to Faisal Auto Service in Batu Caves. The shop looks very low-key, but trust me, most of the W204 owners goes here for the big jobs. The engine replacement, transmission replacement, ECU problems, remaps, a little bit of tuning, and all those sort of stuffs. Here's the dilemma about this fix. One original cam gear will cost you around almost 2,000 ringgit and you need to buy two. So that alone is 4,000 ringgit, not to mention the timing chain tension and all other parts. But the OEM cam will only cost you 550, which is 1/4 of the price, and it is proven to be just as good. So you can decide. In my case, I decided to go for OEM cams, but the rest of the parts are all original. Now we're going to my favorite part. We're going to see Faisal in action himself. Let's go. Firstly, he's going to disassemble all the parts to make room to replace all the parts that needed to be replaced. As you can see, this is the state of the sprockets. At least 5 teeth are crooked and the rest are really thin. And these are the new parts that he's going to replace. And the moment that we've been waiting for. The engine has been running for a few minutes and everything seems to be in place. No weird noises, no issues during startup. I'm gonna have to monitor this for the next few days. And if you notice, if you go back to the last episode, I actually did a major service where I changed a whole lot of stuffs, including transmission oil, spark plugs and all of that. But I haven't really got to drive it yet. So the next few days, I'm gonna whack this car to the max and I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. I hope this episode really helps you owners out there, because for most of you, you're gonna experience this at least once in your ownership lifetime. Till next episode.